and that becomes a problem. You could be spending a mini fortune every single month. Today, I'm going to go over the difference between city water and well systems here in Southwest Florida. So, there is a difference, especially when it comes to maintenance and cost. And these are things you need to think about before you purchase any vacant land here in Florida or Southwest Florida. And taking a look at my notes, I mean, a lot of us already understand what city water is and what's involved, but it's usually connected to a municipal uh, system, whether it's owned and operated by the city or your local county. You know, some of them are different. It depends on where you're at and everything else. The water is usually treated and supplied by that city and or county, and you get a monthly utility cost, for that water. And that is something to really understand. Is each city, each county is different and they charge different costs for your water bill. So, for example, in Miami-Dade County, it's inexpensive. It's actually a great rate. It's very inexpensive, but you move to other areas like over here in certain areas of Southwest Florida, and it could be potentially a lot more money. And that becomes a problem because if your sprinkler system, irrigation system outside to water your plants and grass is hooked up to the city water, you could be spending a mini fortune every single month watering your plants and grass. It's not just your dishwasher and somebody taking a shower. So those are things that you want to understand, that a lot of homeowners, whether you're buying an existing home or you're having a new home constructed, don't think about and don't ask. So you don't want to rely on other people. You need to look into that yourself and ask the right questions. Another thing, like with the well systems, just taking a look, that's usually it's on your land. You're gonna have a well drilling company come out, drill the well. You have a pump installed, and that pump will pump that water back to your home. But sometimes what a lot of people don't understand is the additional cost of the equipment for the filtration systems to filtrate that water. So that is definitely an additional cost. So you need to understand what is the total cost all in when you have that well system put in there, right? When you have it installed, what does that cost versus going with the city water system? And then maintenance considerations. The maintenance typically, unless there's an issue that I'm not thinking about, is all handled by the city or the county. They're maintaining that water and that water line, whereas in a well, that's you, the homeowner. Like, that is all your equipment and your maintenance. So there's definitely not only just a cost factor but a frustration factor as well. So I'd just say, before you plan on buying any land and putting offers out there, we already went over the septic systems, but also think about, city water versus well water, and, what you want to go with, what you're comfortable maintaining and paying for over the lifetime of that home.